Macey Donathan, volleyball season just about upon us. You have a scrimmage this week, had one last week, but just tell me how your team's coming along in this offseason.
Yeah, this start of the season has been a little different than last year. We got a couple extra practices last year. This year we're heading in with a little less practice, especially compared to other schools who their academic year hasn't really started yet, so they're still in preseason. So we've had 8 practices compared to most people's 17, 18, 19, 20. So as far as that goes, I think we're in a really good spot with our team and our girls, and I think we're now hitting that sweet spot where we've gone after it for about 2 weeks, and they kind of understand systems and what we're looking for. And when you're integrating 9 freshmen, that's a big task. So I think we're doing an okay job, and we still got some time to push the needle there.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mountain West Conference looks a little different this year. No more CSU, no more Boise, no more Utah State. But every team you brought in won their conference last year, unless I'm mistaken. Your take on the new look Mountain West?
Yeah, I think across the board, as far as competition goes, it's going to be heavy. It's going to be heavy competition. Last year you have a team who won out conference. I don't think we're going to see that this year, but I think across the board, each match is going to be just a fight. So in that respect, I think that's pretty fun, that you're not going into every match thinking, hey, I can win this one, or this is just going to go one way or another, and we know what that's going to look like. But we're going to have some tearing out on those first 4 spots, and who's going to take those, I think we don't know. I'm sure the coaches poll is going to come out here pretty soon, and where the spots are going to look a little different than it has in the past, but I think that's a good thing. And if I'm truly honest, I don't know what we're walking into. I can plan as much as we can, but it'll be interesting to see how those first couple matches develop, and we can finally get some film within conference on those guys that are just now entering the conference. But I think it's exciting. I think it's a good shift for the Mountain West, and it's a good shift for us, and gives us an opportunity and a new look across the board to see what we can do.
I know you lost some key players from last year. Ashley Bible would definitely be one, but you have Alyssa Walker back, and you have Grace back. You had a scrimmage against CSU. How did the team look, and with such little practice?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that as a coach I look at is our offense, and just making sure that we are running the speed that we want, and we're establishing just some clarity within our offensive systems. And I think we saw some great things out of that coming out of the CSU match, and then we saw some things that's like, oh, we need to spend some more time on that. And that was going to happen. So practice yesterday was awesome, just trying to work through those kinks that some of those you can see in practice, and some of them you can't. And when you play another team, it exposes you a little bit. So that was a really good time for us to spend up in Fort Collins and work through that stuff. I was also impressed by our freshmen coming in, just a big group of girls. Like, you just hope they don't get lost in the shuffle a little bit. And when we played on Saturday, there were just some really great moments for a lot of them. And so to see that so early on was pretty incredible, and really proud of them, and really proud of the team for just integrating the young ones, they're not forcing the young ones to have to work their way into the fold. Like, they brought them in pretty quickly, and so really proud of my team, and just excited to watch them grow and develop.
Absolutely. And you have another scrimmage against Mines this week, but of course there'll be fans in for this one, kind of like a season opener pretty much. What do you want to see from your team as you take the floor for the first time at home?
Yeah, School of Mines, though a Division II school, we've played them many times, and they've got a pretty established team, pretty established staff. So I have an idea of what we're going to see, but they're a fast offense. They love their middles. I think they've got some pretty dynamic pieces on their team. So for us, I think we're going to play everyone and get everyone out there so they can be exposed again to that and just give us another look. But for us, just really working on some first ball stuff. You lose someone like Ashley Bible, who can pass and be a 6 rotation outside. That's a really hard piece to replace. And so just giving our girls some more reps in that space and trying to figure out who is that person that fills that gap. And also the right side question, do we run a 6-2? Do we run a 5-1? So we're still running through all of those questions. And the great thing is we have a lot of pieces. Now, how we use those pieces will be the question we have to answer over the next 10 days or so.
Do you expect to have answers to those over the next 10 days or so, or can you afford to do a little bit in the preseason? You'll be on the road for the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah, our preseason is pretty gnarly, and we scheduled it that way, but we wanted our girls to experience, like, this is where we've got to be, and we're going to play these teams that are going to push us a little bit, and I think that's a good thing. So I do think we're going to have some answers come our first home, our first weekend in preseason. I would not be surprised if things change over those 4 weeks. So, I don't think the last weekend of August I'm going to put a team out there and that's going to be it. I think we're going to have to adjust and make some shifts, and that's going to be a good thing for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Macey, thanks for the time, and have fun in the scrimmage this week.
Yeah, thanks. It'll be fun.